How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's say welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Command Deadeye. Commando. Psyfreak. Saboteur. Sentinel. Commando. Psyfreak. Commando. Psyfreak. Deadeye. Commando. Commando chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death. But some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Now that's a flesh wound. Slice and dice. The deep cut. Looks good. Look, an emergency box that once was a rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multitude. They shape under stress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. That's going to lead. Close encounter. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Good hit. Let's talk to the Wheeled One before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out... He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't... There have been... The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have... There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back. But he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the Unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wondered... You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You found... The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai... Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of... you One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, from this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. That's not true. She's the reason there's still unity, and the only one strong enough to keep the 6 Wang Fu disciples disciplined. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life. The tree started to die when the end of days began. The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo. The road ahead, Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merkpuff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of them. He wants you to understand Noko has tamed the Midget. Regardless, finally, Goop is almost... You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see...
Oye, tau.
He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if... He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your act. He's grateful for that.
Ah! That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important.
Pa, wherefore, where?
Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby.
Pa, wherefore, where?
The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor.
Pa, wherefore, where?
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way.
Come, Reaper.
Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Doesn't know if the Sifu will have time for you, but he...
Sibi? La fanen aginkan man. Geradna fal hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as there's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kid. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. Your Muma invented Wung Fu. Originally, it consisted of unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nan... Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal, if you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite the tribes and defeat the World Eaters to save the... He was hoping you'd join them. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the... Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong, and...
Sonotele, sac dato.
Let's see. Beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Gotta protect that noggin. That ain't bad. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But he thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? Well, judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know. Practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working. You should look for things that are recyclable. He wonders what usefulness you found. He can work wonders with almost anything. He'd love... You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to... He believes being... He's looking forward to seeing... It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She won't... Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find it. That's... You've always followed your own path. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He wants to know who you think you are. You'll have to face... She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Tuku.
She says it's nice of you to consider them, but they have weapon training at sunrise tomorrow, so they'll need all...
Sadurutu. Kanyala no Toro.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Jamakuda Hovadatunka.
He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training.
Mich.
He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility.
Lemma.
He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how he...
Intabadam Faurusulu.
He's curious to see what you found.
Bestilka.
He said...
Cherila Fitaremaya.
You should take it with you.
Ekanisala Vai. Your
Muma says it's about time you got here.
Can't see.
Hopes you're as ready as you... She... Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. That's all she's ever asked of you. Been working on a present for you, with the help... You should go see him and find out. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and... You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a lot. You'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Use a machine gun when shooting in the dark. Let's see. Tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose.
Nebekgul.
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks.
Tulu Adrienko.
A group of myriad crew.
Tulu Adrienko.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Tulu Adrienko.
Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Your key energy is all used up. Hot metal. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place. And then just, well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere. That's interesting. The sound of leaves can be calming. You look great. A fluff seems like the tighteners on the pipe. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. No time for yawning. Day is calling. Let's see. You got something great in the making? It suits you. An artist's blade. Don't have to aim much with this beast. Never. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. You really put a spin on it. You can spy the edge of a new day. You found the whereabouts. The deepest, darkest forest in the land. Sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Steel. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Always good to have some wood scrap like that on hand. Don't let the day pass you by. That's a Jagni tribe outpost.
Useda koma sadu.
Thinks it's...
Himatu saina.
Let's see.
Libuma, Limana.
Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain.
Legenyula, Maleb.
Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Put a key to use. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Won't hesitate to come. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. increased danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Get at him. Wolf and a much gain.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost.
Get a thing and hit him.
Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your... You seem to share the same values as the Myriad. But Out of Date emphasizes... That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The Jumbo Puff needs to be taken care of.
Come, Reaper.
He says the time has come to confront. Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead.
Yalawa Watnawa.
It was too heavy for them, but someone... Without you, it's just going to rust-bust. Says you'll get time to buy or sell. A pleasure do business. The vendor says you can browse his goods any time during opening hours. Richer than you were. Fair trade. Claims to have strange... Seemed fair.
Fayula fayu.
offers...
Ta.
came out on top.
Fader senere til nu så penseret.
You found the trap! So much of this place was just discarded. No, the tracks moved on from Bricktown. Looks like the Frysparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. It's a Frysparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. A small gun is not so big, but a big gun sure is. Mercadorpus Outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Make sure you don't walk off a cliff while you're night blind. That's a Gnote, easy prey for Lupa-Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the Chug Yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is the Toxanol. You're... tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But we should stop instead of playing around with sprockets. This box once tailed a chubbish. Now it's just off the ground. All things end. Cutting edge. This is an epic already. How it ends is up to you. Bomper Bonker's busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Let's see. Take your time. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it... Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings. He hopes... He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your... You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have... He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but... Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide...
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous.
I've got all the cold, sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They all... But that's not important. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting... You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want... There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. Shout about it later. That's the leftover you're looking for. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black top. He's been... The best way to find Scripps is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the Steep Depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find Scripps. He noticed the jumbo... birds don't have enough flaps to fly. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Feeling so much better. Don't let the dark time take you. Keep on walking. You don't have the right kind of scrap. get another chance to shout someday. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Time to see what's above.
Immo. Diava.
Let's see.
Mishaku hare Zavania?
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be...
Kidlo.
Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind.
Why adfuno diaber?
Choosing what to kill and what to spare.
Over bug ad.
You might...
Unududua.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Bada udibiada.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he's...
Badia analog.
What?
Si logo partinea fanes.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn Myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones.
I aren kasuma. Badia analog.
But enough of that, right?
Munteo astula.
He says the wildlife.
Munteo astula.
He's not...
Mushtaq bala.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts.
Kumo isko.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. Fortunately for you, he can help.
Me.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Lech.
Says you.
Zöne ne naftemen.
It's harder for others to see you in the dark. Wait, it's the Scrip hole-up. The place is just filled with critters. Wow, that's good stuff. Can't rely on technology all the time. Lockety-locked. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, A volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. There's no time to look back. Too busy moving on. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Handy. Time to give that a spin. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. You feel bright-headed now. He says that's enough scrips to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well, that's the special weapon he made to store the scrips in the Mekton. It will be strong enough to launch them at the jump. Gizmo's made... It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are... He got the idea. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You should go see the Lotus Tribe. Their riffraff headquarters is at... Claims... Gizmo wants to help if he can. Hard to see too far in the darkness. So much sharper. whining about it. There's a place and time for everything, but for that scenario has already come and gone. See what this thing can do. Fresh air. Be sure to buckle your safety harness. Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening. Bang Shelter 7B is still there, open and ready to shelter. Ride it for as long as you can.